Hey guys, this week on Kombativ, we're testing out some of the most interesting weapons from the Kombativ.com website. But before we begin, if you just like this video and subscribe to our channel, that would be awesome. So last week I was so excited to show you guys the brand new spring-loaded bow staff. Oh, I just love that so much. But this week I asked Amanda to go back in the warehouse and grab some of the most interesting items from the Kombativ.com website for me to review. She's packaged them up for me so I don't know what they are. That way I can give you a good and fair and honest review of each of the products. So without further ado, Amanda, what is our very first item?
There you go.
Awesome. And what knife should I grab this week to open this thing?
Big one. Use the big one.
With this guy?
Yes.
Okay, we're using a parang or a machete to open this today. Let's do it. All right, this is a bit overkill. I feel silly even doing that. Yeah, it's fine. All right, so our very first weapon is the hidden Icepick Escrima. Awesome, I've never reviewed this before. Good choice, Amanda, I appreciate that. Oh, thank you so much. Okay, so probably the coolest thing about this is it is actually handmade right here in our headquarters in the United States. So that in itself makes me a little bit biased towards this weapon. So this is made out of a very thick-walled, high-strength aluminum alloy, so it's going to be very, very strong. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and hit this pumpkin just to show you how strong it actually is. Okay, I mean, it busted a little bit. These pumpkins I've been grabbing are so thick and so hard. Okay, see, it doesn't hurt it at all. It's really good shape. These things hold up through anything, so I absolutely love these. But we can also see that it's got a really nice diamond grip pattern on the handle, so a really good grip on this thing. And then the thing that's so cool about this is it's completely seamless. You can't even tell that there's anything out of the ordinary happening here, but look at that. This is a very securely threaded item, so that is not going to come unthreaded on you, but it does take a little bit longer to unthread it. But check that out. We actually have a 4 1/4 inch solid steel spike that comes out of the handle of this thing. So now we actually have two weapons. We've got a baton in this hand, which is awesome, and we've got a spike for piercing in the other hand. Look at that. Solid steel. That is going to hold up for you very, very well. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get that thing out. So now, holy crap. Okay, I've got it out. You can see the spike is still in excellent condition because that is solid steel. So pretty awesome. The spike is actually really sharp. We sharpen those things really well. Now, when we hook this guy together, it actually becomes a 26-inch Escrima stick. So one thing I should probably mention is that these are sold individually. So if you're planning on like a double stick Escrima thing, you're going to want to buy two of them. But I think it makes a pretty awesome weapon. The fact that you can unscrew it and have two weapons in one is amazing to me. It weighs approximately 1 pound, 5.6 ounces. This is just a little bit heavier than a standard Escrima stick. But really, that's about all I have to say about this, right? Mm-hmm. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and put this away, and let's move on to our next weapon. All right, thank you, Amanda. And now I don't need the parang for this. Let's go ahead and open this up. All right, and our next weapon is the brass tiger claws. Okay, awesome. I have shown these off before. I love them. I think they're so cool. Now these things are made from a solid brass, so they're actually really well made, really heavy duty, but they weigh approximately 6.5 ounces, so they're a little bit heavy, but I like that because it makes me feel like I've got a good solid weapon in my hands. The hole diameter is approximately 1 inch, so it's going to fit most people's hands really nicely. Now one of the questions we get a lot on these is, hey Kyle, how do I hold these brass tiger claws? Do I hold them kind of similar to a brass knuckle and swipe with them? Or do I kind of strike with them in a punch style fashion? Well, that is an excellent question. I'm so glad you asked. So here's the thing. With brass knuckles, they're a little bit different because they've got a palm grip here that kind of sticks out. So when you're using a brass knuckle, you can kind of hold them like this and swipe with them. Now, if I'm doing that with these guys, it worked. It didn't really hurt. much, but it hurt my pinky just a little bit. And the reason for that is that they're not really made for that. So if we look at the palm grip here, this has this kind of jaggy groove here, which actually works out really nicely. If I fold my fingers in, they go into that very nicely. So I feel like Wolverine all of a sudden. I mean, how cool. Ooh, nice, nice. No, I feel like I've got some pretty good power with this weapon. Really, really cool. Now, on each hand, we've got 4 claws, and they're almost like spikes, not even claws, because the tip is sharp, but there's no sharpness on the side there. The width of this thing is approximately 4.5 inches, and they are sold as a pair. So that's really nice to have 2 of them at your disposal. But one other thing I do want to mention is just check your local laws, because the laws on these kind of things could be very strict depending on where you live. But that's about all I have to say about this. So I'm going to go ahead and put these away. And let's move on. They are awesome, right? Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and put these away. Move on to our next weapon. Awesome. Thank you, Amanda. All right, thank you. Okay. And our next weapon is the Dark Reaper OTF knife. Awesome, awesome. I do love OTF knives. So OTF knives are automatic knives that are able to deploy their blade very quickly in a defensive situation. OTF actually stands for out the front, which means that the blade is going to be shooting out of the front of the knife. But let's look at this guy. So first off, we can see that it comes with a really nice heavy-duty nylon sheath, and then it's got the security buckle on front to hold your knife in place. And we can see it's got a belt loop back there in case we do want to hang it from the side of our body, so that's nice. But let's check out the knife itself. Okay, I love the look of this knife. I think it is the meanest looking knife you can possibly purchase. The handle is made from a very heavy-duty zinc aluminum, and then we can see that it's got this engraved pewter Grim Reaper design on the front of it, which is so cool looking. I love that. Being that it is zinc aluminum, it's a little bit heavier than some of the other handles we see, but to me, that actually just feels like I've got a little bit more sturdy weapon in my hand, which is nice. Now, here's the cool thing about an OTF knife. Look at that. That is so nice. I love how fast that flicks. So fast. The blade itself is made from a 440C stainless steel with a black finish to it. We can see that this is clearly a spear point style blade. So we're going to be able to stab with this really, really nicely. I mean, do you see how slick that was going into the pumpkin? I mean, very, very nice. We can also see that it does have a pocket clip on here, as well as a glass breaker, which I like the glass breaker because if you want a more non-lethal weapon at your disposal, you can always strike with that glass breaker. I mean, that actually is doing some pretty good damage to the pumpkin as well. Now, the blade length on this thing is approximately 3.5 inches. The closed length is approximately 5.25 inches. And the open length is approximately 8.75 inches, and it weighs about 7.7 ounces. I do want to mention on these guys, definitely check your local laws though, because the laws are extremely strict when it comes to all automatic knives. So just don't get yourself in trouble. But that's about all I have to say about this. So I'm going to go ahead and put this away. And let's move on to our next weapon. All right, Amanda, what you got next for me? Thank you. I appreciate it. Then back to the parang to open this guy up. Oh, that's ridiculous. Okay, this is the last time I'm doing a huge parang to open up a box. This feels silly now. Okay. All right, and our next weapon is the short tactical Naginata. Look at this cute little guy right here. That is adorable. All right, so first off, we can see that it has a black nylon sheath with a belt loop, so we could hang this from the side of our body if we wanted to. Let's open this up, though, and check out the blade on this sucker. Okay, look at that. That's pretty nice. So the blade is made from a 440 stainless steel, and then we can see that the tang on this guy goes to about here on the handle. The handle is made from a thermoplastic polyurethane, which we've tested that quite a bit over the years, and it does hold up really nicely. But I'm a little bit concerned about this because this is a 440 stainless steel, and we do have a partial tang on this. So in my honest opinion on this guy, I think this would make an excellent camping blade. But as far as like a serious tactical weapon, I probably wouldn't go in that direction. We do see that there is a black paracord wrap on the handle, which is nice because let's say we're doing chopping, we can hold right here and we can chop with it. Ooh, that actually chopped really nicely. I wasn't expecting that. Okay, but if we wanted a little more control of our blade, we've got this thumb rise up here so we can hold right here, get a little bit more control. Nice. And then if we wanted like the most control on this thing, we could move our hand up here and use this for more utility purposes. So if we wanted to, say, cut the bark off a tree, we could use up there, which, I mean, this isn't a tree or bark, but it does slice pretty well. I mean, it's pretty sharp, and then the tip is pretty sharp as well. I'm going to try this on this Wing Chun dummy really quick. You got safety glasses over there?
Probably. Okay. There you go.
Perfect. Thank you. I appreciate it, Amanda. Okay, let's throw on some safety glasses. Let's try this out. Okay. Okay, I mean, it did pretty well. It's not wobbly or anything. It feels like it held up pretty well. So it's going to be fine for camping and things. That'll be good. Let's see. The blade length is approximately 9 inches. The overall length is approximately 20¼ inches, and it weighs about 1 pound, 1 ounces. But I don't think there's anything else for me to really say about this, right? No, not really. Okay. Well, if you guys could put in the comments this week which weapon you like best. I'm curious what you guys thought of this too. I mean, I mentioned a couple of downsides to it, some positives to it. I'm curious what you guys think about that. So let me know in the comments. That would be really cool. But make sure you guys like this video and subscribe to our channel. And check out Kombativ.com because we've got so many really cool weapons on there right now. But until next week, stay combative. But not too combative. You don't want to get yourself in trouble or end up in jail or go into the hospital.